Good evening, good evening, good evening. Nos with hello, Croiser. Welcome back to the channel. I'm, of course, Farmer Ben, Farmer Benadui, and I am here today on Age of Empires Legends. And I'm still a little bit confused by this game. I'm not going to. I've got to say, the lack of a chat feature like global chat, I find very strange. I don't really get the logic of that. It just seems like a bit of an easy way to get people to talk and involve themselves in the game and keep them motivated and such. But the game is sort of, it's still being developed, but it's a bit weird the way the development is heading, is what I'm trying to aim for, I suppose, here. So there's a new feature that has been introduced. Now, I don't know if this is available to everyone. So the play button has changed now, so that play button includes everything. So now you've got the crown, is the campaign, the quests up at the top, which I'm first on that one. Yeah, look at that. Basically, I started off trying to do really well, and now I've run out of time. So the last two are just going to be really basic, which is a shame because actually those are the ones I should compete on because they're the ones with better rewards. Anyway, that said, they've introduced this new thing called the Crowns Challenge. Now, when I sort of signed up for it, it was like, oh, this is something new for people to try and just limited numbers and etc. etc. I don't get it at the moment. I don't really understand what it's all about. So this is obviously now it's got 2 days, 19 hours. So basically, it's well, from my point of view, that means it's going to be 3 days, three more days, and it's out of 100 wins. But there's no way you can get to 100 in. I think it'll be about 6 days of playing, because you're only allowed 8 per day. So I don't know the 100 thing. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't really understand who I'm competing against or why, and what the prizes are for sort of finishing. And none of it I really understand. If anybody knows, please feel free to let me know, because at the moment I'm totally clueless. So basically on each of there's 4 different tournaments, as you can see. There's Night's Watch, Crownlands, Stormlands, and Great Pit of Daznak. Each of them you're allowed to take different heroes, which makes sense. Take different heroes. So obviously, like the top one, you can take House Stark, House Bolton. I think that's the Wildlings, and I'm not sure about the Eagle. You've got Crownlands has got. I can't think. That's the Lannisters. Don't know the one with the flaming sword, and I think that's the Iron Islands, the Drowned God. Highgarden and Baratheon for the Stormlands, and I get a little bit confused on this one. I'm thinking probably, I don't know, what houses are these, and they're backwards. Targaryen Free Cities Blacks. House Black. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, there we go. So you can only take each one. Now, that bit does mean that your heroes end up spread pretty thin. So you can see that on this one, I've got 2 heroes who are basically completely unleveled and 2 who are still not... they're reasonably strong. The Lazarine Chieftain could be strengthened a bit more. And the Poisoner is in the process of being leveled up. Like a few of my sort of common heroes are getting stronger than some of my other heroes because I can just level them up more easily because it's easier to get shards. So you go to the battle, and here we are. Here's the chamber. I'll just knock it off auto for a second. I will leave on double speed because normal speed takes ages. And you're facing with these guys. Now, they're not... now, this is probably the hardest one for me because I've got some, like I say, some unleveled heroes in it. I could try and level them up, but it'd probably take a bit long, really, and I'm not convinced where I'm going with this. So I've got some unleveled heroes. Now, the damage will be sustained in time. Oh, there we are. So the nurse lady just took a load of poison, etc., etc. Which so far, so what, essentially. I just don't really get where I'm trying to go here. So I can, it's just like another tournament insofar as I'm just fighting regular people. Boom, boom, and I know there's below this green. Oh, below now. Now you can see my heroes are going to get, some of my unleveled heroes are going to die, and that's not really the end of the world for me. Obviously, in real life, it would be pretty sucky, but this isn't real life. in case anyone had missed that fact, I do apologise, saying blindingly obvious there. So it's sort of, bomb. So by the end of this, I will have killed all these guys. And I've been sort of trying to do all 8. Well, it's normally, today was a day that I could do 4 different challenges. You'll see, so my less leveled heroes are now all dead, which is pretty much what you'd expect. And as I say, I don't know whether it's worth leveling them up for this or not. So I will kill these guys. Bomb. I still win this. It's not really a question at this point. My better heroes will prevail because they're stronger. And as I say, this is actually the one with my weakest teams to face. So bomb, bish bash bosh. This guy out of what's his name? This is Dondarrion. Beric Dondarrion. That's right. Yes. So I'm better on anybody who's in Game of Thrones. I will recognise and know. Might take me a moment to remember the names. Anybody on House of the Dragon, I'm a bit like. I did try watching House of the Dragon. I didn't really get into it. I should probably try it again, as I know it's people do speak reasonably highly of it. It's not, most people don't sort of talk about it as being as good as the Game of Thrones in the early days, probably more so than Game of Thrones as it ended up. But obviously it had that. A lot of people didn't like the last series, and I do get that. Mixed feelings on that myself. Difficult series to end without breaking one rule or another. So there, so I've done that. I get a few nice little Ujits. I got some nice little summon tokens and whatnot. You get some silver. And you work your way up, but it's just a bit like, why am I doing this? I mean, obviously, towards the top, the amount of silver's gone right up. With this, on this particular level, there's no way I'm going to get to 100. But on some of the others, I will. So yeah, I don't really see what I'm fighting for here, and I don't seem to be competing against anyone else, which is kind of confusing. And I mean, the one thing I will say with this game is the obvious thing to give out and to people who win like tournaments and that, aside from giving out loot, and because you've got to have rewards that you can spend, but you should also be giving out, the rewards. For me, the obvious thing to give out is like an avatar, because that was what in Puzzle Combat and then puzzles. If you finished like high in a challenge event, you had a chance of winning an avatar. And the avatars are only available for, tournament winners. So it's like a thing of prestige. You could say, look at me, I have my avatar. And you don't really get that in this game. So, there's a lot of things I'm confused about with this game. How long I'm going to stick with it at the moment, I'm just going because I don't really know where else to go. I'm tempted to go back to Puzzle Combat, but I'm kind of like, I kind of moved on from there a little bit. I'd like to find a new game which is going to go somewhere. And at the moment, that just doesn't feel like this is the game, but maybe in time. Anyway, there we are. So that's introduced a new thing in the game. Make of it what you will. Thank you for watching. As ever, do please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And it just remains for me to say, goodbye, and may death come swiftly to your enemies.